Hey guys, welcome back. It's grimreaper coming at you for another video for Shadows. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves, and hopefully you're having a great start to the week, or looking forward to the weekend. Anyway, I know it's coming up upon us very fast. We're back on my account today. We're going to talk about one of the specific relics, and one of the relics I feel like has gone underrated, but I'm actually starting to like the look of this relic. So we're going to talk about this relics in detail, and we're going to use on a very meta or very old meta champion that's kind of fallen out of love for a lot of players, and a good reason why to start bringing them back into your teams, mainly for PvP, and talking about this relic in general, why it would work really well with her. And we're going to showcase that in many styles of teams today. We're obviously talking about the relic. It's one of the epic ones, so it's a very accessible a relic compared to the rest. I say accessible because it's accessible compared to the rest of them, and it's going to be the epic relic. I know you're going to try and pronounce this. It's demonic. That's all I'm gonna say. Demonic, right? So what this does, this will allow you to the wearer receives turn meter increase. The wearer's turn meter increases by 10%. Whoever one of the allies dies. So let's say you get nuked straight out and 3 people die in the arena. It's going to be a 30% increase turn meter, which is huge. That's like receiving a arbiter boost. On that, obviously, you can increase his chances from 10% all the way up to a 20%. So 3 allies die, that's a 60% turn meter increase, which is pretty much nearly a full go, or guaranteed a go at some point as well, which will help you cut in on teams, mainly speed teams, for this style of relic. And we'll talk about some revivers that this would be great on. I kind of see this being good on revivers more than anything as well. There's obviously a couple of gemstones. Let's talk about some gemstones. I think that this will be really solid on for revivers. I'm going to start with one of the mythical ones, which is going to be bolstered defense. Ignores effects are 12% less effective against this. Where I put this on with that relic on a reviver like a Duchess, who's going to be a champion with showcase today, it's going to be really solid. If you are using a high resistance champion, you can use uncontrollable, which will gain another 30 resistance, which might be quite good on a Duchess. For example, most people are building a high resist Duchess. I'm not using high resist Duchess, never have, and probably never will, to be honest. And then after that, we're gonna start with maybe destroyed accuracy as well. Ignores 5%. No, sorry, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I guess that's really about it for this one. Oh, okay. This whereas defense increases by 1% each time they receive a critical hit, stacks up to 10. Do need to receive 10 hits, but that's probably one of the best ways to also do. I don't know if this gemstone works with it, but increases the effects are 10% more effective on the wearer. That could be interesting one. I'm not too sure if that would stack, so it's something that I would need to test when I got the opportunity. I'm not really fan into it. Then we're also going to receive I think it's like the one of these ones, which is one of the wearers as well. So the damage receive incoming damage by 10% for each dead ally, which should work really well with that gemstone. The wearer gains 10% turn meter every time they revive an ally, which would be a really good gemstone as well with this. Has a 5% chance of has a 5% chance to get an extra turn when healing an ally with a active skill. That won't really work. So there's another 2 gemstones. Whenever a ally is killed by an enemy, this wearer has a 10% chance to decrease the cooldown of one of the allies. Whenever an ally is killed by an enemy, this could be a good gemstone, to be honest. Get a chance to get that A2 off or the A3, depending on the champion. Probably not one of the best ones, but yeah, increases a turn meter by 3% each time they place a debuff on an enemy, which wouldn't really work. So one of the best ones would be 2 of these. This one wouldn't be, so this one wouldn't be too bad. The wearer default skill will no, that doesn't really matter. 5 speed would be okay. And then increases the wearer by 30. That could be interesting. And then each time they are receiving a heal from a skill, doesn't really work with Duchess because continuous heal. Allies revived by the wearer are additional healed by 10%. that could work with Duchess pretty nicely as well. Makes it heals. And okay, this one could be quite interesting as well with this relic. This could be a good one. Like 2 of these rare ones put together, that could be a nice little boost for Duchess as well. Because like receiving, this is basically like Spirit Haste. So I guess this would work with Spirit Haste as well. So with that one relic, we're going to showcase today, and then I'm going to show you the build on Duchess, etc. Once this. So we're going to try a full demon spawn team first. So I've just been putting in Valkyrie together, and I really haven't really put in much team. So we're going to test in Duchess because this is like a type of comp that I would kind of use at where I am in the game. Definitely a interesting setup. We'll change this up to be a little bit more friendly throughout the video. But this is going to be the type of team that I'm actually thinking about bringing Duchess in for like a live arena, like go second kind of comp against like speed teams, etc., which could be a interesting one for sure. So let's have a look. So we can play. Let's have a go against Star Sage because Star Sage is one of the most meta champions in this game. Extremely difficult to face in the right teams. It just even in the bad teams, it's extremely hard to face. I did screw up and didn't think about the bomb champion. In all fairness, that is not a good start. So it depends on us. So we'll go in now. Command is in here for crowd control, right? It's not really why I'm thinking about this. It's just so we can put this off, and if we lose a few allies, then we can revive back. We want to see that turn meter come in from Duchess anyway, because that's what we're showcasing for today's video. We can go ahead. We might die here on a few people. I think Duchess will survive. Hopefully, I think everyone else will die. The block revive died. That's interesting. Like when you kill him, you're meant to lose the thingy. Okay, so we survived there. Okay, there's not much we can do there. I'm not going to do bombs because that would do us like so. And I'm hoping we lose Carnage. So you can see that there. So there is the turn meter. So we would just receive 20% turn meter, which you would have saw. Looks like Falconess will die as well. We get the block revive off there. And then we were going to revive like so. And then we'll get some more turn meter because an ally died. Pretty nice team. Obviously, Falconess is very, very strong. Commodus is very strong as well. And Carnage is accessible champion, obviously, through Curse City, which is very hard to get him. I understand that. But this is a in-game showcase. We're going to try something similar to what we're trying next. So I guess we might try like this team. This team is very meta, very hard to deal with. I don't have Stone Skin and Commoners, which causes me a lot of problems. Not the best build for this style of team. I can't really change the build though because I don't have a blessing. I don't want to put him in Stone Skin because that would ruin my other strats. I want to try and add to my strats, and I want Duchess to kind of lead the way for this. You do receive Duchess as well. Now Duchess is in a lot of protection. So you can see there we're going to get more turn meter. And in this case, see if he goes ahead and kills me. This is a very hard team to kind of take on. Not gonna lie, it's a very, very chunky team, and my team is not so chunky when you start looking at these two low-level rank champions. But you can see here we still did some good damage, which we don't really care about. We really want to see Duchess in coming into this. So then we'll have a look at a style team like this. We're going to go ahead and take out these champions and kind of just leave them doing what they want. We're going to bring some interesting champions in. So I'm going to bring in Valkyrie still, and we're going to try out a... so we're going to bring in Valkyrie. Valkyrie is going to go and lead because it's Demon Spawn, which will give me extra defense for Duchess, which will be really useful. And then we're going to throw in a Torment, I guess. Could be a very wacky champion. We need someone in Stone Skin, though. So Torment's not in Stone Skin. Maris is in Stone Skin. And what else could we throw in here to kind of spice this up a little bit? I guess we could try Torment, because Torment would self-revive. Torment would self-revive. I don't know where Torment is, to be honest. Oh, he's in the vault. It's very interesting. Let me just check he's got gear on him. Might took his gear for Hydra, because I did Hydra yesterday. Oh, there we are. So, try this out. Kind of curious to try Valkanus and Thingy for Live Arena as well. It's going to be juicy. So we'll try something like this and see what happens. We've got one demon spawn in there, so we'll get some burns, but we won't get like block revive, etc. We have got some stone skin, which is a big problem. You'll see here that freeze and burns will be absolutely brutal for him, and we'll see this a bit more in action. And then Marius is going to cut in and do his stuff there. Beautiful. Team is a bit OP compared to what he's got. Let's try something like this. This is Narcissus. We're in bolster set. That's just like suicide, if I'm being honest. We can try something like this. This could be a very interesting team to take on. We're definitely going to die. I think Duchess might survive because we've got triple reaction on her, which is going to be like how you build it is going to make the gemstone better as well. A lot of people obviously use like stone skin, etc. with Duchess. I prefer bolster because I don't really tend to use her against Narcissus anyway, because she puts the defense down on everyone, which is absolutely brutal. So we're going to try this team. We're acceptable to lockout. That's going to be fine. We wanted to see if we can get back round against a speed team, against lockout, without using high resist, and just take it from there. So you'll see here, we're going absolutely mental. Okay, so we're going to get that. We haven't died yet, surprisingly. This is, again, Sigfrid against one of the hardest champions in the game. One of the hardest champions to counter, anyway. And then I guess we'll just clean them off there with that. Okay, so we need to use something a bit weaker because I feel like this combo is a bit brutal, and I want to showcase the turn meter against this. So we don't want block revive. We've got block revive to face there. We want something strong, but something that's not going to kill us or kill Duchess. My touches is very, very solid. Okay, let's try this team. Let's use something that we're not going to kill him. Weak version. No, Rodus is definitely a bad idea. I guess we'll throw in Marius still. And then we'll throw in some weak champions that are not really built that well, which would be, I guess Sifi would be a bad build. Bring in a no UDKs, pointless. Let's bring in a Candy phone, because Candy is not a really solid champion in this meta. And then we'll bring in a someone that's not built for arena. I guess you know what? Let's bring in a chicken, right? Let's bring in 2 chickens, and then we can kind of just showcase the turn meter that we're going to receive. We won't be able to beat this, but I just want to showcase the turn meter. So we're going to take our turn. Duchess is faster than them, surprisingly. So we're going to die. You can see there's 20% turn meter increase there. Then we do our stuff. Then we can revive. I guess against lockout, which would be an issue, you would want to use a high resist Duchess. We're still nearly, we're nearly soloed this team with 2 champions. So there you are. You can kind of see that the turn meter is coming into play. So we could go back in there and now destroy this guy, right? So something that I would probably build similar is the team you just saw. This is something that I'm actually thinking about using for live arena, because you got the Torment, you got the Vulcanus, you got the Marius. Now, if I have a 6-star, Marius is going to be brutal against Vulcanus. So I'll take him early, and then Duchess could come in. And then I got champions like Sigford as well that could do some reckoning in this type of comp. I guess this is a bad style of team to do something like this because you have no speed champion, right? So something like Duchess, like something like Sifi, for example, would be brutal. And then we can come in with something like this. Lovely. And then we can come in something like that. And then something like this. And then take it from there. And it's only impossible, really, because of Alchemist. Now, we want the burns, and between Torment and burns, it's going to be pretty useful. So you can see there we received a 20% 10-meter boost with the champion, with Torment dying with the passive. I think he died, but he didn't die. We got a 20% boost anyway. I did see it on the screen. And here we're going to come through again. Make this work. And then he's going to go ahead and clean up. Falconus, very, very strong. I just built him today. I thought he'd go very nicely with this Duchess video. I've been wanting to do this Duchess video for a while, so something I'm kind of working on. We could take a Starler team like this on, but these two wouldn't be good. So we're going to use something like this again, but I'm going to draw up you, and we're going to bring in Marius just for this. I keep forgetting Falconus has got a speed aura as well, 19. And a defense because it's a champion unity, right? So I keep forgetting about the double that. It's the first champion unity I've got. It's the first one I'm using as well, really. So we're going to face a very fast commoners, which is fine. We burned off all the stone skin there. We're doing some work against them. We've still got some bolster, which I'm hoping is going to protect us against the commoners, which is what I was kind of hoping for. Go ahead and do the A1 there. Now we won't be able to revive just yet because we're locked on a skill. Gonna get him polymorph. He's got the Wonder Submissive actually on thingy. I think we might lose now because we've got 3 bombs on us. Commodus is a very strong champion. Probably not ideal. Yep. He's got ignore resistance on Commodus there. So we could try something a bit more useful against it. Some type of cleanser. Oh, the game just crashed. Okay, we can use some type of cleanser. So he was faster than Marius. We don't have to worry about the cleanse. It's just brutal because we're going to have accuracy up. He does A2 and then he'll do accuracy up. So let's try a different team. With this, we have accuracy up again. We have a team here. So this is going to be a good one for Torment because we have Arbiter. So we have the 2 champions here. It's a bit RNG with Odin. But he's very fast, right? This is going to be very susceptible to like freezing them. We want them burn to kick in. And then we're going to use Duchess as like the revive with the extra 10-meter boost for sure. You see there, we're very good at stripping the stone skin off. We need to survive. Lovely jubbly. This is definitely going to help me use Torment way more. These two are like really like synergy with Ballet. Swift Perry on Taurus. That's a shame to see, innit? That is a shame to see. And then we'll do the block revive there. I do need a Wonder Submissive for the Valkanus, but he's definitely doing some work. He's not in Savage, and he's done 336 there. I do need a bit of practice with him. I haven't really used him yet. So this is a Panda account. This is Panda. I'm not attacking Panda. I'm not stupid. The guy is the only person who's got 17 trophies in this game. All right, let's take on something like this again. So go first team with a different type of style. We can probably blow this up a bit more as well. I will drop another video on Valkanus once I practice with him with the style of teams that I actually want to build him with. I did a video on him before and I wasn't too pleased with it. I've done a bit more research this time, which is very, very useful. You can see how squishy this team is, right? Like with the Valkanus. So I know I'll do that. Nice, cool. Super, super strong for sure. I really like this synergy between the two there. So yeah, anyway, let me show you the build on Duchess. We've got Relic here with his account. We could maybe make this work in future. And then yeah, let me go ahead and show you the build for Duchess. Now I do think this build would be better with high resistance build. Now I've definitely tested a little bit more. So if you could get more resistance, like if we're talking like 800 resistance plus, I think this would be really strong relic. This relic does give you resistance as well as HP and speed, which is like the free stats that Duchess really needs at the moment. And then for the gemstones, again, as you can see here, we've got Unburden here for the extra speed, and then we've got the bulk work one here as well. And then we're running, these are the masteries that we're using, so timely intervention for a bit more turn meter as well. We've got cycle of violence, and we have things like spirit haste, etc., which is very, very useful. Now polymorph is definitely a better one. I use timid presence because I use her in Chimera, so that's why she got timid presence. Definitely recommend running polymorph there. So at the moment I'm getting a 14% boost per a death. Now the reason is Duchess, a lot of people are struggling to use Duchess or stopped using Duchess because she doesn't get turn meter with her revive, which is still not the case. She's going to get turn meter for the revive or for the A2, which can be really, really useful, like block buffs, increased accuracy, damage reduction as well, which can definitely help. It just speeds her up around to there. Now I'm going to hold them up with triple reaction. You can see here we've got triple reaction. And then I'm using bolster set as well, because I do generally like to try and use this against like bombs, etc. But this could put me in a bit of a sweaty spot against like a niece, for example, which is one thing I need to do. We've got very high HP of 132. Defense is coming at 5,200. Speed at 301. They're the three stats I'm focusing on her. I use them for more live than anything else. Definitely a solid build for sure. And a good use of bolster. Bolster is very good against bombs at the moment as well, which is really, really useful. I guess that is it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoy this. I really do like this relic, and I think that this is one of the best relics for Duchess at the moment within Raidshadowlegends. That's a fairly accessible for a lot of us. I know a lot of us have Duchess available on our accounts as well. She's been around in this game for a long, long time, and one day hopefully we'll have a +4 fully awakened Duchess. That is a dream. She's still one of my favorite champions. Obviously I mentioned her in one of my videos this week about being one of the account changers of my account overall in Raidshadowlegends. That is it for today's video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Go and check out my live arena video, which will probably drop a bit after this video as well. You can definitely see some other champions in play there. And as usual, I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.